To say there's malevolent energy at 34 Fairview Road is an understatement. I actually feel sorry for the current owners there. I wonder if they're experiencing some things, if they're thinking of anything. We're going to find out. Keep watching. I'm Zelda Kelly, and you are watching Seeing Crime. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. And tonight, we're going to be using a deck that I rarely use. And you can see, this is a malevolent deck. It is like a Lenormand deck, only this malevolent deck is a little on the scary side, so trigger warning for many of you. But you know, we've got some things going on now. We have 2 hearings coming up. One is a motion hearing on the 6th of November for Karen in front of Beverly, Aunt Beverly, Canton. Oh, wait, Canoni, that's right. And then we have another one that is the appeal. Supreme Court is November 13th, I believe, or the 15th, around there. But there's something more that's going on, and you're going to see. And this is such a deep connection, much deeper than any of us can imagine. And what I'm going to do is lay out these malevolent cards. Now, I have a tarot deck beside me if we need clarification. But let's begin. We can tell a lot what's going on. There's a child. There's a stork. There are rats. And there's the book. Another row. A woman. That is Jennifer McCabe. Fish. House. Is anybody surprised that came up? And the clouds. Putting this to the side. My darlings, what this is telling us with this child and with this store cards, there's a brand new beginning. And what they thought was going to be their beginning, their plans were foiled. And yes, failed, but also foiled. Nothing happened the way they said. Look at this deep, dark, malevolent card. The idea that these people feel that they were not only going to rewrite the future, but rewrite history based on Karen and John. They've got another thing coming. Because this, with Jen McCabe, showing up, trying to be, and you see here, trying to be that person, loving, caring, sharing, and yet she's looking for fortune, fame. She got it. She got it. Never again. And let me say this, for years, we will know when the word Jen McCabe comes up exactly who they're talking about. She is a household name. But there is malevolent spirit around that house. Now, is this a spirit that will bother the current owners? It doesn't have to. But I believe that there's some unsettling going on there, especially in the basement, and especially in the backyard. This house card, you see how upsetting that can be, and especially with it being near the rats. This cloud tells us that they wanted to cloud the truth. They wanted to cloud John's judgment. They wanted to cloud Karen's judgment. There we are. The key. Jen McCabe holds the key to the truth. Will we get it? I don't think in its entirety. She will be held responsible. This can be a broken heart just because of what has happened at 34 Fairview. But the heart, home, is where the heart is. The heart tells us the telltale heart. This malevolent moon. Look at the face. That gives me chills. That's also, my darlings, the sign for Pisces. And that is Karen. And look, she is upon the rats, she's one of the rats, but right on top of that house, as if she already knows. The ring. Karen is committed to dig out this truth. Now, yes, many others are, especially Turtle Boy. But we're talking here the events of January 29th of 2022. Who knows the truth? Jen McCabe holds the key. Her heart was not into it. You saw how she turned her back to the gurney that was wheeling John away. She turned her back to start that manipulation again, the fixer, immediately. The tower. Now, this tower is not like the tarot tower. This tower can mean a hospital or a prison. And it's not for her. Crossroads. You're going to see, as we get closer to things in November, that Jennifer McCabe's story may be changing again. They are at a crossroad. They've got about as much as they're going to get. That's why, out of desperation, they're wanting the film from Channel 25, Ted Daniel, I believe. And not only that, they want Mr. Reed's phone records and financial records. They have to change the narrative. That's what happens when you swap out suspects. The letter. There's definitely more Attorney Betterow letters coming out, and I'm going to say now, probably within the next 5 to 7 days. The lily. While that seems innocent enough, it can also mean secrets. Secrets are going to be coming out very soon. The anchor. The one good thing about Karen is that she is anchored in the truth. And we can see that. Putting these to the side, we have our friend the Mythic Tarot. What evil is still connected to 34 Fairview? It is the evil spirits of what happened there. The Five of Cups you see is regret. The Five of Cups, and you see this person who has turned their back on someone and who has run away. This is regret. Looking behind, thinking about what could have been done or should have been done, instead of looking at the future. I'm intrigued about this person who turned their back on Officer John O'Keefe. The Wheel of Fortune. Let's look closely. The Wheel of Fortune. You can see there are people tied to the Wheel of Fortune because sometimes our lives go in waves and things go really bad and then they go up again and then down again. This Wheel of Fortune can have a dark connotation to it because in this particular case and around these cards, it means that the Wheel of Fortune and their fate is taking a downward turn. This King of Pentacles is attorney Hank Brennan. Hanky Panky. The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands means someone is going to be held accountable. The Ten of Wands shows that this is an end. Held up and probably caught up in their own lies. The ship that they've been sailing in on has run aground. They're losing control and they're losing the narrative. I don't want anyone to get upset and to think that anything is going to happen. And look who this is. That's probably how she looked that night. Don't think that her little spirit isn't around 34 Fairview anyway. But the most important thing I want to share with you is that energy and spirits, especially when they're bad, can follow. When you use energy and a spiritual way and a realm to cause harm on other people, you're not only building karma, but you're building debt. And I don't mean financial debt. It is an energy debt. They owe John. They owe him justice. The evil that has come out will make them all be held accountable. I don't want anybody to worry. Don't worry. She's the ringleader, even though I feel that Uncle Brian and Higgy Baby and Colin, Prince Albert, actually did the deed. It was this one. And don't forget the song she was listening to. It's Raining Men. Hallelujah. Look at the lyrics. She had a score to settle. That score was with Karen Reed. I want you to know that karma we're going to see come back on her and all of these people involved. Just remember, whatever she has done will come back to her ×3. All of them ×3, and maybe even in multiples of 10. You're going to start seeing that happen in November, and especially around the holidays, and especially now coming up for Sandra Birchmore. Don't worry, because she will be held accountable along with the rest of them. Thanks so much for watching, my darlings. If you'd like a reading with me, please click the link in the description. Come on over to Patreon, and believe me, we're going to be getting into some very interesting and exciting times. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon.